Welcome everybody to the game development at San Jose State University's first game dev podcast, I guess, because there actually is a podcast already on the YouTube. I have absolutely no idea what it was about, and it was like 30 seconds. So
on our YouTube channel?
On our YouTube. It's one.
Why the hell is it?
I have no idea, dude. It tripped me out. I'm like, what is this doing here? Anyway, welcome. Joining me today we have
Kevin. What do we have?
Okay, let's go. Sorry, Lily. Lily's here.
Yes, hello, it's me. I'm the vice president.
And we have...
Shit, who's left?
I don't know, dude. Well, you technically didn't introduce yourself, so I was kind of...
Kevin, the president. Woo. Wait, when did I introduce myself?
There you go. And me, Carlo. I'm the social media officer. Today we'll be discussing... Well, for those, I should introduce the podcast, since this is technically the first official podcast. Basically,
this isn't the official podcast.
Gaming news and game development stuff. Since the stream has sort of evolved into just gaming, we're gonna go over game dev stuff and industry stuff in this podcast. So today, on today's docket, the Dota 2 International just concluded. Gonna go for that. I'm not really sure if anyone really plays Dota here. I know Kevin plays League.
I play too much League.
There you go.
Wait, I'm looking up the internationals. Hold on.
Okay. The Nvidia GTX 2080 was announced. The next generation of Nvidia graphics cards hitting the market now with ray tracing. Loot boxes have been removed from Blizzard games in Belgium. I'm going to touch on that. Maybe talk a little bit about loot boxes in games. Then we're going to do a couple of two segments here. What we're playing, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. We're just going to talk about what games we're playing. And talk about why we like them, I guess. And the game randomizer. We're going to be impromptly making a game out of a random prompt. We don't have to actually make the game. We just have to talk about how we would make it. It's kind of
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're starting with the Dota 2 Internationals.
Yes, so Dota 2 Internationals, for those of you who are listening who are unaware, the Dota 2 Internationals is a yearly event. It is the primo... what's the word I'm looking for? The primo competition event for Dota 2 players. That took place last weekend, concluded with the winning team being OG, winning in a spectacular 3-2 fashion.
$11 million? What?
Yes, oh yes. So, for those of you who are unaware, the Dota 2 prize pool is crowdfunded by people who purchase an in-game item, and they raised like 20-something million bucks. So first prize got 11 million.
Okay, no, I looked it up. 20. Okay, so they raised 23,900,000 dollars.
That's pretty good.
The overall prize pool was $25,500,000 though. So I guess Valve put in some money.
Yeah, they usually put in a little bit on top.
Yeah. I remember League was I was reading the subreddit for League, and they were like complaining about how Riot didn't have any in-game items that you could purchase to like put in the prize pool. And I actually don't know why they didn't do that, honestly.
Since you've transitioned to it, I did kind of want to talk about not necessarily the crowdfunding, but kind of the money that goes into eSports just a little bit, mostly because of there has been another recent controversy with Riot where the English casters are not going to be physically there at the Korean
honestly,
league.
Right? 2018 has not been a good year for Riot.
Yeah, Lily, it's the equivalent of like if Monte Cristo and Semler and all them are not at the Overwatch League stadium when they're casting.
Does Monte Cristo still cast League? I haven't followed.
He doesn't cast League anymore. He's on Overwatch League.
Yeah.
I'm glad he found a job because I like him.
He's pretty funny.
Style. I know.
Yeah. Wait, let me see which guy. I'm bad with the names, so let me look up which one Monte Cristo was. Because if he's the guy I think he is, that guy was hella funny. Oh, he is! Wait, dude, that guy was hella funny like in 2017 Worlds. I think it was 2017 Worlds. And I remember the funniest thing was he was like, they were talking about who was gonna win, and he pulled out like a little train whistle and conductor hat, and he was like, all aboard the Korean hype train.
Lamau.
That was hella funny. Wait, that guy was hella funny. I'm actually sad he doesn't Outside, he doesn't cast League anymore.
Well, you can watch the Overwatch League every. When's the Overwatch League, Lily? I forgot. I usually just watch them like on the weekends, right?
Yeah, no, hang on. I'm getting a bit confused.
See, I feel like
This is the eSports
Overwatch
segment
World
now.
Cup is going to be September 7th.
Okay, that's when the main season
Okay,
starts.
see, my issue with Overwatch League. Well, okay, I have two main issues. One, I don't think the game is a very spectator-friendly game. Second, I feel like I don't know if they still do this, but I feel like Blizzard kind of polices the league a little too much.
I
You
think.
know
Wait,
what I mean?
well, hang on. You don't like that it's spectator friendly?
No, I don't think it's spectator-friendly,
Oh,
like in
okay.
comparison to other games.
I see.
I think.
Really? How come?
I don't know. I feel like okay, I haven't watched recently, but back when I played, which was like maybe it's been a while since I played, but the game was mostly just ult based. So most of like pro games would be just people poking, waiting for their ult to charge, and then they would ult, and then they would either win or not. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of a boring cycle.
Oh, well, I actually had the same opinion about league tournaments.
I guess yeah, league does have a lot.
It's like I'm watching a chess game. Cuz like it's like such an
Wait,
overhead.
okay, that depends on what season you watched it. Season 5 was
No,
boring.
I mean like just like I've seen like gameplay of like I don't know, it's just not dynamic to me because it's always just one kind of viewpoint, just one kind of and all you do is just like click on your enemy. I don't know how to describe it, but like in Overwatch, like it's you actually have to have like that reaction time, and to
Wait, have you played League?
I played Heroes of the Storm.
Okay, that's probably why. If you haven't,
Yeah.
I think League. I feel like MOBAs are kind of those games where if you don't play them, they're a lot harder to watch. Same with stuff like StarCraft. Okay, I guess
watching that kind of stuff is really hard for me.
And
'cause
even
like,
Dota 2, because when the difference between
Okay,
Heroes
no,
of the
Dota 2,
Storm
I
and
feel
League
like
is that
if you
there's
play
a
Dota
lot
2,
more macro or micro play that goes into it, especially with item management and stuff. And if you aren't
Yeah,
looking
but
at like what abilities they're leveling up and all of that, it's impossible to follow.
Yeah. No,
No,
okay.
the
My
thing is, like, I
problem
don't-
with the Dota. Oh,
sorry,
Go
it's
ahead.
just that like I don't doubt that like spectators like enjoy it, like people that enjoy watching League like will just enjoy the tournament, but just for me it's like watching like I don't know, it's just not entertaining to me. I don't know why.
I feel like League is a very League spectating. I feel like it's the same with Overwatch, but Overwatch has I think the same thing, but like a lot more severe. But League, it tends to like spike in interest because a lot of the time they're just farming for a while, but when a fight breaks out, it actually becomes really interesting. So I feel like it does spike a lot more in interest than Overwatch. I mean, I haven't watched Overwatch. I'm referencing back when I did watch Overwatch.
I think part of it is that when I went to IEM San Jose, I think it was 2015. They split this SAP center between a League side and a CS:GO side. And what was funny was that because I was there with a friend, is that the CS:GO side would get louder more often, but when the League side blew up, they blew up like insanely. And
wait, what year did you go?
2015. I think.
Okay, yeah, okay. 2015 is not representative of League esports. I will just say that much. That is the 1 year that is a massive outlier because that season, basically the meta was like super boring. It was just a bunch of, it was like the first fight would break out like 25 minutes, and then the games would last like 60 minutes or something. It was like ridiculous.
I see.
Games like recently and before were a lot faster.
I think part of it then, or at least that I'm getting from it then, is maybe if that year was an outlier, like there would be. I don't want to mistake it. There was cheering when like Dyrus got a pick made or something like that. Like like there was a gank or something like that. Like there would be cheering and stuff. But because CS:GO and Overwatch are both paced a lot faster, there's more action happening. But there also can't be as much build up as there would be for a slower MOBA game.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, okay. Then you also have stuff like PUBG esports. PUBG esports is like nothing for like the first half, and then once the circle closes, it is like constant action.
I actually did have Battle Royales on the docket originally, but I took it off because I didn't want to go down that tangent.
Okay, I would just be ranting about battle royales forever
We'll have your.
because I feel like they can be good, but people aren't using it well.
Lily, are you trying to say something? Because I feel like the thing's cutting you off. Discord.
No, I'm not. I'm just listening to you guys.
Oh, okay.
There might be noises coming from my apartment. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Then okay, going back to Dota 2. Yeah, I actually don't know anything about esports. I played Dota 2 a bit, just to try it out.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it's overly complicated.
I think
It's probably because I'm coming from League, but it feels unnecessarily complex.
I think we've had this discussion before, and I'm sort of the opinion that if it's another layer that they're kind of managing, and it's something that if you understand the game, you can kind of look out for and appreciate that someone else is doing extra.
No, okay, so what I mean is like I feel like a lot of mechanics in the game just don't need to exist. Like it wouldn't ruin the game if those mechanics. Like okay, so Dota 2 has some cool mechanics like lasting your opponent's creeps.
Mhm.
That's super cool, right?
Yeah.
But stuff
Hello?
like turn radius
Hello.
and the vision when you go into the river, that stuff is like just frustrating.
But I think it's just it's differently designed, and it's catered to a different audience. And I think part of it is definitely probably that some of those mechanics are just carryovers from the original Dota and the
From
World of
Warcraft.
Warcraft mod.
Yeah. No, yeah, I played Warcraft 3 and I was like, yeah, turn radius is definitely just a carryover. There's no way in hell someone intentionally designed turn radius for a MOBA.
I just want to
Also,
briefly...
should I explain what turn radius is when I say that?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, if you play League, then when you click your character forward, right, he'll move forward, and then if you click him back, he'll do like a 180 and instantly move back, right? So there's no like delay. But if you're playing Dota and you click forward and then you want to move back, they have to like actually like make the U-turn. They have to like actually like go that curve back around.
Oh, that sounds annoying.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
annoying. I actually wait. Did they have did they change it? I don't know if the
So League you just do like an about face.
It's the same as in Heroes of the Storm with League, where you just if you want to go in the direction, you immediately start going.
yeah,
in
like
that
you
direction.
immediately start going that
With
direction.
Dota, it's kind of like a car.
Yeah, you have to actually like turn it. I don't know if it's a radius or just like they turn in place, but like I know there is a delay on it, which is super annoying. Like I'm pretty sure that's just like a holdover from Warcraft.
But in that way, they kind of they're sort of aware of that being a mechanic, and they work around it. They have things that play off of it.
I mean, the thing is, just having a mechanic isn't necessarily good. There are bad mechanics too, and I feel like turn rate is just a bad mechanic.
It makes skill shots, or it makes skill shots that fire forward from your character fire differently, and work differently.
I guess.
I mean, I think it is just kind of weird that they're a person, like they're playing as like a mage, and they can't just turn around. Like it feels like they're kind of tanks almost in that sense. I think that is.
No, also I don't get it. In real life, you can just instantly turn.
Yeah,
around.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is a little weird. But
like it's not even anything about realism. It's just annoying.
But in any case, so yeah, OG won that. It was the grand finals. Yeah. It was actually pretty awesome. I was watching it. I don't even play Dota at all, but I thought it was pretty exciting. There were some great comebacks that came in at the end.
I tried watching Dota. I feel like if their particles were a lot, or not just particles, just like if everything was a lot more distinct, it would be a lot more fun to watch. Because everything kind of blends together too much, so it's actually hard. Unless you play, I feel like unless you play the game, it's hard to tell what's going on.
But because it depends on what year you're watching, because they will change the map that they're playing on, or at least the textures of the map. So it'll actually look different every time.
But it's not really just the textures. I mean, like, I don't know how to explain. But if you play League,
I think
right?
the characters stand out from the background enough.
Not just the characters, just everything kind of just blends together. But like, okay, if you're playing League, right? You may not know exactly what's happening, but if like a character throws a skill shot, you know where that skill shot came from, where it's going, right? Or if there's like some sort of damage, you generally have like a very good idea of what actually happened. In Dota, a lot of the time it's just like I have no idea what caused what. I saw he took damage, but I don't even know what damaged him.
That's fair. All right, moving on here off the MOBA train. Maybe we should just have a MOBA segment next time. Nvidia announced the GTX 2080 now with ray tracing. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, this is kind of like the computer graphics segment. What used to happen before is instead of calculating the actual light rays, which is very resource intensive, what they do is they'd sort of guesstimate, and then they'd actually change the texture of whatever the light is supposed to be looking at, or it's supposed to be shining on, to mimic a actual ray trace. But now they just calculate that. So.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, it was a little bit more technical.
I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really matter because I can't afford that.
Yeah, basically. But what it does mean is that the older stuff gets to be cheaper. And that is fair. That's the important part.
I don't think I need a 1080. Like I have a decent graphics card. I don't really need anything.
Let's just talk about their counting system. Like they were doing great from like, you know, the 180 to the 670 to the 980 to the 1080. What happened to 11?
They just went to 280.
They went to 20.
They just randomly increment a digit. Some random digit. Wait, how much does a 280 cost anyway?
I don't think it's been announced. Wait, you mean 2080?
Or 2080?
The 280 is probably like $50 or something.
Okay, Founder Edition versions will cost
it's like 1,000.
600 for 2070, 799 for 2080, and 1,200 for 2080 Ti. Wait, so that's 800. Wait, 800 for a 2080 is actually not bad. How much does a 1080
That
cost?
is pretty solid. But the question is, will it be used for cryptocurrency mining?
Do people still mine? I feel like crypto died.
The mining hype has died.
I feel like crypto just died in general. Like, okay,
no, my friend still actively trades.
Aren't like, isn't every coin just crashing?
They all crashed after the mining hype, yes, but they're more or less stabilized back to slightly above where they used to be.
Let me see. Okay, that's actually okay.
Yeah, but hopefully, if the mining craze does not come back, we can all afford graphics cards.
I want to invest in,
especially for our streaming stuff, because I'd love to get either a new laptop for myself or.
Yo, if we could get like a super high-end gaming PC for streaming,
dude, that'd be sick. Because we could actually stream in 1080 at that point and not, you know.
Dude, not just that. We could stream some crazy games. We stream like
Crisis 3,
Battlefield,
maybe
Crisis.
we can actually hear the game that we're playing.
That, and then we can actually like stream Overwatch or something.
Yeah.
Something, you know, decent. In any case, the next one, which I'm sure Lily will probably have an opinion about, is that loot boxes were removed from Blizzard games in Belgium. Now, I don't necessarily think it is just Blizzard games, but the article that I'm linking in the description will be specifically from PC Gamer, where they talk about Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch having their loot boxes disabled in.
Wait, so how do you get shit? Do you only buy it? Wait, so you can't get any cosmetics?
Yeah, let me link you the article so you can kind of skim through it a little bit. I probably should have linked it ahead of time.
But
wait, no,
why?
I didn't. Go ahead.
Oh, but why Belgium?
I think they have a law now that loot boxes are considered gambling.
Oh, okay, no. Okay, so it's they can still get the in-game loot boxes. They just can't like purchase.
Oh yes, you can't buy them anymore.
Oh, okay, I'm
fine.
That
makes sense.
I'm sorry, it's removed paid loot boxes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I thought it just removed loot boxes. I was so confused. I was like, how do you get anything?
Yeah, but the thing is, I totally understand, because I remember hearing this one story about this one teenager who spent like freaking like $100,000 in loot boxes because
he had his mom's credit card.
Yeah, he had a gambling addiction, is what I'm saying.
Okay, no, to be fair, I don't think I feel like if you pay for something, it shouldn't be random in a game.
But
honestly,
see, and this is where like the give an inch, take a mile kind of comes in, where it's like it's just cosmetic, though, you know.
That is fair. No, okay, I think
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what I think, personally, I do like stuff where you can just gamble on it because it's fun. But I think like there should be like a minimum. Like you should be able to buy everything, like buy the other like whatever you would be able to get normally. but maybe at a higher price or something. So you can gamble at like a discount.
Lily,
Like,
having
What?
spent a lot of money on loot crates, I'm not going to say how much. I don't even know the exact number. But what is your opinion of this?
No, I get it. Because
Care to expand?
no, because like I understand their decision to, because it's not. I mean, like it's an international game. People all over the world play it, but they have to comply with the laws of whatever country it's played in.
Okay,
also,
let
yeah,
me rephrase the question. What if the United States passed a law that said loot boxes were gambling?
I mean, they are
Yeah,
gambling.
it kind of is actually.
I mean,
can't
that's
really
just
argue
that's
against that.
just fact. That's not like, that's just a fact. It is gambling.
Okay, but what if Blizzard had to remove loot boxes from Overwatch then as a result?
Yeah, they would just
So,
have
like,
to remove
you can't earn
Hearthstone
anything
completely.
Wait, so you mean like if they remove loot boxes entirely, you cannot earn anything anymore?
No, I mean like they had to find a different way to do it. I don't know. I'm just so do you think it's fine that loot boxes are banned now, basically in Belgium
Just only in Belgium. You know,
for purchase? I should say yes. Go ahead.
No, I totally get it, because if you're buying something and you are taking a chance that'll have a good payout, you're taking that chance. Because I used to pay a lot of money for loot boxes because I really wanted those legendary skins, and I knew that I couldn't get it just from like 10 loot boxes. I'd had to be incredibly lucky, so I bought a lot, which meant I was gambling for those skins. So yeah, it's just, you know, they made gambling laws, and the loot boxes are gambling. So I really don't have any argument against it. I can't really say anything against it.
Yeah, no, okay. What I was gonna say is that I think buying loot boxes is fine because I know people do just have fun gambling, and that is fun. But I think you should also be able to buy in like separately just specific stuff you want. So if you want to get one specific thing, you don't have to gamble for it.
Okay, Kevin. So I'm trying to play
But the
devil's
thing is,
advocate here.
paid loot boxes is one of the many ways Blizzard has to get money.
Well, no, but I was going to say to Kevin that does exist in Counter-Strike and Dota because you can buy those items separately off the marketplace.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that, honestly. Because at that point, if you're gambling for it, you're just
So
you're,
what if
you're doing
okay?
it
So what
to
if
gamble.
Blizzard also opened up a marketplace?
Dude, okay, if Blizzard opened a marketplace, I would be rank 1 legend in Hearthstone. No, I'm kidding. But I would love that for Hearthstone, honestly, where you could just trade cards.
Lily, would you approve of that too? If Blizzard had a marketplace where you could just buy all of the skins? And by marketplace, I mean like the Steam marketplace, where it's community. Driven.
See, yeah, I get what you're saying. Where players can trade their skins with each other.
No, it's like I'm talking like carbon copy Steam marketplace. You pay real money for items from other players.
But then you can sell stuff too, right?
Correct.
Wait, so can you?
No,
can you do
I'm talking about, okay, so let's say I have a Mercy skin that you really want, and you can buy it off me from the Steam Workshop, and then I no longer have the Mercy skin.
No, okay, the way it would work is you would sell it on the workshop, and you would get like Blizzard currency or whatever. And then you could use that to buy something else off the market. Or you could just buy a game or something, I guess.
Yeah, kind of like
How is that any different from buying things off the Hero Gallery screen?
No, like
no,
you're
paying
actual
cash.
money.
You're paying actual money, not coins.
Also, you can sell it for actual money, but you can only use that in Blizzard stuff. Wait,
Does that make sense? Wait, Lily,
Oh,
do you
boy.
understand what we were getting at, or no?
Yeah, I'm understanding that would be a waste of money.
Wait, can you cash out on Steam Cash?
No.
Or do you have to use it on Steam?
You have to use it on Steam, but if you go to an outside website, you can trade items for actual cash in PayPal, but that's kind of shady, and I don't do that.
To be honest, I feel like it would work a lot. It works a lot better on Steam because Steam has more than like 6 games. Because like I know I made at least like $30 off PUBG like crates from selling them, and I just bought a bunch of games with it.
Okay. So I can sell
Like
skins to
right
people
now,
for
you
real
could
money.
sell all of your legendary skins, and you'd probably get like, oh, I don't know how much are people paying for legendary skins. Probably like, let's say like 20 a
What's
pop.
the drop rate?
Pretty low, but there are also a lot of people who already have them. Or well, actually, that's not true at all.
Yeah, I have.
Let's
I
say
have
they're
quite
like
a lot of
like
legendaries.
30 a pop. Would you sell them?
30 a pop's
30,
ridiculous.
30, yeah, 30. What the fuck? Yeah,
It's
I
gonna be
would.
like $10 at most for a legendary.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's true because sometimes they
I
guarantee
highly doubt I could
legendaries
sell
from
it for
chests
30.
or whatever.
I
Yeah.
thought you can't get duplicates anymore, or like they reduce the rate of getting duplicates.
Yeah, they did reduce the rate.
Okay.
So
Well-
okay, so it's like okay, so the way I'm understanding this, it's like you would get the skins like you would get TF2 weapons.
That's already happening, yeah. Because loot boxes.
Okay, so you would keep this like whatever skins you had right now and however you got them right now would stay the same, right? But then there's like a marketplace where you can sell them for cash, but like you can only use that cash on Blizzard stuff. So you could use it on like
so when I sell it, I would not have own that skin anymore.
yeah, no, you wouldn't own it
Correct.
anymore.
You would essentially literally be selling it to someone.
And then you can use that cash on anything in Blizzard or the marketplace. So you could use it on another Blizzard game. You could use it to buy a Blizzard game. You could use it to buy like
loot boxes
other
or something.
skins or stuff.
Yeah.
And all of that.
Well,
Okay.
that might work for other people, but I don't. The only Blizzard game I play is Overwatch. So I don't
I
really
used to
see.
play Heroes of the Storm.
She doesn't. I
Yeah,
don't think
but-
she plays regularly though.
To be honest, I would start playing Overwatch again if that happened, just so I could sell it for Hearthstone stuff.
Wow. There you go, Blizzard.
like-
$1 million idea. Just copy Valve.
The thing is, I like Heroes of the Storm, but I really just play with people who know what they're doing, like Carlo.
Okay, also. No, okay, also the reason it works way better on Steam is because you can use it to buy games, and Steam has like millions of games.
That's true. Okay. Right.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. But the thing
Yeah.
is, Overwatch is not on Steam,
What if Overwatch was on Steam?
dude. That would be...
Honestly, just every game should be on Steam. That would make life so much easier.
Yo, I'm gonna put that on the docket next week. Like all of these stupid launchers that publishers are packaging with games.
Dude, yeah, I
Yeah,
use.
No. Next week.
God damn.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on to the next segment. What we're playing. So Lily, what game are you playing? What game have you been playing right now, or like recently?
Overwatch, Skyrim.
Okay.
I love that Skyrim.
Talk about one
And-
of them. Basically, like pick a game and talk about why you like it.
Okay, so we already talked at length about Overwatch for some time, so let me talk about Skyrim. Alright, Skyrim. It's like one of my favorite games of all time. But what I think my opinion really of Skyrim, because Skyrim has a lot of issues, but it also has a lot of good points. My opinion of Skyrim is like it's more like an unfinished masterpiece.
I mean, that's what mods are for.
Yeah, I know.
Is
It's-
that?
it's,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
was gonna say. Is that what
But
you're
the
getting at?
thing is, like I was saying, like that's not entirely a bad thing because like the way Skyrim ran, it created like one of like the biggest modding communities out there.
Second,
And,
probably
uh,
only to
it's-
Minecraft.
Yeah, I was about to say like Skyrim and Minecraft are like the only comparable ones.
Yeah. They're
Like
in
like,
leagues of their own.
even Fallout doesn't have as big a modding community as those.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is that like I absolutely love Skyrim, but I also agree that it's like if you play vanilla Skyrim and enjoy it, I'm just like
Who plays vanilla Skyrim?
yeah.
I've actually just never played vanilla Skyrim. As soon as I got Skyrim, I modded it.
Yeah, same here. I'll just like screw playing vanilla. Like, because the thing is, really, literally, the only reason that I got Skyrim, was so I could use console commands.
Lol.
The only reason I got Skyrim is because I was going to buy a PC and I saw it. And I was like, oh yeah, I heard that game was pretty good.
Also, Skyrim was on a Steam sale for like $5.
That is exactly what I was about to say. That's why I bought it.
Wait, when did you get Skyrim?
When I was like in senior year of high school,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay,
like,
so you
like
got a
the same
while
for
ago.
me,
Okay.
yeah.
I have
When did I
about
get it?
besides let me look at my profile here. Besides Terraria, I think Skyrim was like my most played game. I played a lot of Terraria in high school.
Let me see how much Skyrim I've played actually.
I don't think I
Where's
really played that
Skyrim?
much on PC for Skyrim.
Oh, it's called the Elder Scrolls Skyrim,
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I only
the
have like
series is the Elder
between
Scrolls.
Special Edition and Skyrim combined. I
Oh
only
no,
have like 100.
Skyrim's my most played game. Terraria isn't second.
I have
think-
145 between
What's
them.
okay? Here,
combined.
quick transition. What's your most played game on Steam? I think mine is probably Payday 2.
Mine is Skyrim.
Wait, so you're saying on Steam?
On Steam.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's
what
yours?
if I had the game pirated before I bought it on Steam? Does that count too?
We're not gonna
'Cause
talk
that
about
actually-
that, but let's just say
that actually
official
changes it.
Official Steam count.
Okay, PUBG, I think. Yeah, probably PUBG.
What? Really? How many hours?
I have 420 hours on PUBG.
That's it.
Lol.
Your most played game
plays it.
isn't even 1,000.
No, most played on Steam.
Okay. What's most played game period?
League. I easily have like
Oh,
close
okay.
to 4,000 hours on
Okay,
Steam.
there we
on
go.
League.
There we go. Where's mine? Hold on, wait. Where's mine? In the meantime, Kevin, what games have you been playing recently besides League?
Hollow Knight. I love Hollow Knight.
Why do you love Hollow Knight?
It's like I don't know how to. Okay, so there's
That's the point of the
feel like there's
question.
there's a very particular type of game I like. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just like the Dark Souls, Hollow Knight, Ori, like that kind of game with those kinds of like. I guess it just has a very cryptic vibe to it, and the gameplay is pretty solid too. Hollow Knight in particular impressed me because it has very solid platforming mechanics on top of its combat, which is fun, and it's like pretty hard. Hard games usually retain my attention a while. Other than that, I play PUBG, League, Hearthstone.
Have you gotten through? Have you still only done the lethal and
Yeah, I haven't done the puzzles for Hearthstone yet. Honestly, I got bored of them. I just wanted to play some actual people. I crafted Ziliax and I started playing Pogo Hopper Rogue, and that's like the most fun I've had in Hearthstone in a long time. No, actually, okay, Recruit Hunter was also fun, but Pogo Rogue is really fun. Oh, I also played Neo, but I haven't played it recently. Neo feels like Dark Souls, where they just ignored level design. Like because like I really want to like Neo, and I do like it, but it's not as good as Dark Souls. I feel like it's trying to be Dark Souls, but it's just worse. Like the weapons there's fewer weapons, all the weapons are the same type of the same move set. I feel like the reason it's hard isn't even like I don't know, the reason it's hard is just because everything hits you really hard. I don't know. Overall, it's a solid game, but it's not as good as Dark Souls.
I think it's pretty fair. I've been playing because they got it Tuesday, and we're going to be streaming it on Sunday. Wink, wink. Breath of the Wild, and that's been really fun. I think I already told Kevin, I spent numerous hours literally just climbing. I've spent it.
You also told me.
Yeah,
You also told me you died in your 5
I
times
died like
or
5
something.
times in the first hour. Yeah, that was fun.
You know, I remember someone talking about Zelda. It's like it's the first Zelda game where the developers realized that that its fans might have actually played video games before, and they
Yes.
took all the easy stuff out.
Yeah, that's honestly what it feels like. It's not a bad.
You know, it's
thing.
actually the first Zelda game with a challenge. You know.
Yeah,
I haven't played any of the Zelda games. I have no idea.
You're missing out. I think you should at least play one of them.
Everyone's telling me to play them, but they're all old, so I'm like,
What,
Yeah, they're
I'll
all
play
like on
Breath of
old
the Wild.
systems and stuff like that. Because I played Twilight Princess.
Twilight
was, like, for the
I think
Nintendo
Breath of the
Wii.
Wild would probably be the best for Kevin because it's closest to modern.
Well,
modern
also,
gameplay
okay, another
mechanics,
thing is
'cause
I don't
think
want to
the
buy a
open world
Switch.
Huh?
I don't want to buy a Switch just for Breath of the Wild.
That is also fair. I mean, a lot of people did.
Yeah, that's what
I
that's what I was thinking about as well. Like, I really wanted Breath of the Wild because I tried it out on Grant's Switch and I really enjoyed it. You know, because I knew like I could get this game and enjoy it because I already tried it out. But the thing is, I also don't want to buy a whole console just for one game.
You see,
This
The
is why
only-
emulators. This is why emulators are
Yeah.
important.
you see, I saw.
Wait, does the Switch have an emulator?
No, not yet. It has a
Okay.
semi-working one, but I'm pretty sure it only works with Breath of the Wild right now. Because I mean, I
that's
picked
good
up-
enough. That's all you need to emulate.
Not true. Smash Brothers and Mario Odyssey.
Oh, that's true.
Because I was thinking about the Switch since it came out. Because I'm like, Breath of the Wild's coming out on it. I should maybe think about that one. And then Mario Odyssey came out. I'm like, Mario Odyssey. And then Mario and Rabbids was apparently good. I'm like, Mario and Rabbids sounds pretty fun. And Overcooked 2 was coming out. And then Hyper Light Drifter is coming onto it. Into the Breach came out on it yesterday or something like that. It was just announced randomly, like, "Hey, this previously PC exclusive game is now on the Switch." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then Smash Brothers is coming out, and Smash Brothers basically was just like, "Okay, well, I have to buy a Switch now."
Your reasoning sounds exactly like the reasoning for me buying a PS4. Originally, I was just like, "Oh man, I really want to play Bloodborne," and then Horizon Zero Dawn came out. And then Uncharted 4 came out, and I was like, okay, now I have to buy a PS4.
That's how they get you with those console exclusives.
Yeah, dude, but Xbox exclusives suck. There's like no good Xbox exclusives.
Yeah, they don't have anything, honestly.
Actually, wait, maybe recently they added more, but
Yeah,
I remember.
I remember there was like this thing where some companies wanted to make games cross-platform, and only Sony was like, "No, we just want."
Dude, that video that Nintendo and Microsoft put up was so funny. It was like Minecraft. It was just taking shots at Sony. It was basically better together, play together.
I mean, to be honest,
Nintendo
if a game is available on more than one platform, just get it on PC. The only reason you get a console is for exclusives.
I think that is very accurate. Yes.
Like if you're getting a game that's on PC on a console, you're just downgrading.
Yes. And I think that's why the Switch and PS4 are doing so well, is because they have the publishers that want to make games exclusively for that.
Dude, okay, I'm pretty sure
And
Horizon
Nintendo.
Zero Dawn and and Bloodborne like single-handedly carried the PS4.
And then you're gonna have the new Spider-Man coming out from Insomniac Games, dude.
I don't know. I don't know how good. I don't
I'm-
play superhero games, so I don't know how good
I'm
that is.
hype AF for the new Spider-Man game, and I don't even have a PS4 because I loved Spider-Man 2 on the PS2. That was an amazing game.
Wait, is Detroit Become Human a PS4 exclusive, or is that on PC?
Oh, it might be.
If that's a PS4 exclusive, that's also another
That game
reason
is
people.
bad.
Is it really? I heard it was pretty popular though.
It is popular, but like that the developers are like freaking racist and clueless.
Okay, that has absolutely
Wait.
nothing to do with the game.
That
No,
is true, but
the thing is they put in a bunch of like Holocaust imagery in the game without I heard this from a Jewish friend of mine that like they're super insensitive about it.
wait, isn't the whole thing about like a racial analogy?
Yeah, but they did it really badly.
Okay. Oh, The Last Guardian. I heard that was good too.
Oh, yeah, I heard The Last Guardian's fantastic.
Is that no? Okay, no. I heard The Last Guardian was great. What was the other one that was god awful? Like the sequel that they tried to make for it, and it was terrible.
The sequel.
It was the one with the wolf that just wouldn't do whatever you wanted it to do.
That's The Last Guardian, isn't it?
Is
Yeah,
it?
that's The Last
Because
Guardian.
if that's The Last Guardian, then I heard from everyone that the game was actual garbage. Yes, The Last Guardian is actual garbage.
I don't know.
And I can't.
I've heard pretty good things about it.
I think
I mean-
you're thinking about the game that it's a
Shadow of
sequel
the
to
Colossus?
Shadow of the Colossus is incredible.
No, I heard both were pretty good.
I've heard nothing from what? I've heard nothing but bad things
I don't
from
know.
Last Guardian.
I mean, it has an 82% on Metacritic, so it can't be that bad. I heard the AI was pretty like kind of bad for the dog, but
Yes, because sometimes it literally they could have fixed it from launch, but at launch the dog was awful. It's cute that it's kind of funny. Like I have to kind of entice it or whatever to do what it wants. Sometimes even when you're enticing it though, it's just like I'm just not going to do this. Oh, you need me to like make a platform like to crouch down so you can hop on me? No, I'm just not going to do that.
I felt it was realistic.
It's realistic but frustratingly realistic. Like for some games,
Yeah, no,
because no. For Last Guardian, it's a fantasy game, and you expect a certain level of realism, but you don't expect frustrating realism.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It's
that
the
is
kind of
fair.
thing where it's just kind of like if I don't know, if in Overwatch like the characters or no, because Overwatch has an established lore in it.
No, I
And
mean,
I
like,
get
no,
that Last
no,
Guardian
I
does
mean,
too,
like,
but
what if, like, I know what you mean, like, what if the characters had fall damage?
yeah, what if there was fall damage in Overwatch?
Yeah.
Like that's like that just breaks some characters. Like Winston Winston I guess is an
Pharah.
exception. Yeah, Pharah.
No, Lucio would be screwed over.
Yeah, Lucio's legs would just shatter as soon as like he's on this massive wall ride and jumps straight down.
He just falls off the. Well, guess I'll die.
Or Diva, if you break her mech in midair and she falls down and just dies.
No, if you break her mech at all, she falls like 15 feet.
That's true. But yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe Kevin, you try Last Guardian. Tell me what you think. Maybe it has improved.
I don't
But-
want to buy it.
Because a lot of the impressions that I watched were from people who played Shadow of the Colossus, and it could be that it was just so different from the game, and also that the dog was just frustrating to deal with. But
And like there are very few console. Like if I was to buy a console game, it means like I really really want the game. Like Last Guardian isn't a game I would buy. Hello.
Hi.
yeah, now we're here.
Oh, okay, I thought I disconnected for a second.
All right. So, well, I've also been playing Enter the Gungeon, and that's been fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, I actually forgot what the game I've actually been playing the most. Just Civilization.
That was the question. What do you mean
Wait,
you
I can't believe
forgot?
I forgot. I played so much Civilization in the last few weeks. Civ 5 and
Are you
Civ
gonna
4.
tell us about it, or are you just gonna tell us that you played
Um,
Civ?
I don't know how to explain Civilization without going to like massive detail. It's like a empire. It's like a tile-based, turn-based empire building game where you just like start in the like Stone Age with like one city, and then eventually you just try to like take over the world. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just like you do research technologies. You can like move units around. You like develop your terrain and expand.
Okay.
I don't know which one. I don't know if I like Civ 5 or Civ 4 better, because if Civ 4 had Civ 5's combat, it would hands down be like the best game ever. But it doesn't, which is
Okay.
unfortunate.
So we're gonna jump into our last segment here, which is the game randomizer, where basically I have a website here that's gonna give me a random prompt for a game, and we're gonna impromptu design this game. Okay, here we go. A student project where you rewrite lateral thought in a deathmatch.
You rewrite lateral thought.
Yes. Okay, that's
What does
our
that
prompt.
mean?
I have absolutely no idea. Let's figure it out together here.
All right, let's figure out what the word lateral means first, because I completely forgot.
Isn't it like top to bottom?
Oh,
or
okay,
bottom to top?
it's relating to like sideways movement. Okay.
Sideways thought.
Of, at, towards, or from the side or sides. That's what the
Okay,
definition
what does
is.
lateral thinking mean? Like expansive? Thinking?
Okay, no, I feel like lateral thinking is actually a phrase.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look up as well.
Oh, okay, by using an indirect or creative approach.
Oh, okay. So
Basically,
so a student project where you rewrite lateral thought in a deathmatch.
What does rewriting lateral thought mean?
It's randomized, so it's up to us. So what's our game like, given this is the prompt?
Okay, so
Can
it's
you say the prompt again?
Okay, a student project where you rewrite lateral thought in a deathmatch.
Oh, I got it. It's a combat game where you can't directly harm the other players. There's only environmental damage. So you have to like.
Oh, hey,
use
that sounds kind
lateral
of fun,
thinking,
actually.
And then you can rewrite the environment by moving stuff around.
So it's kind of like. So there's no. Oh, okay, yeah. You gotta like drop a boulder on someone or something.
No, dude, it's just Spleef. It's just Spleef from Minecraft.
Isn't that what Spleef is? Yeah. Lily,
No,
Lily,
wait,
what
do you know what
think?
Spleef is?
Yeah. You break the blocks under them and they fall to lava.
Yeah, that just fits perfectly. That's exactly what this is. We're just making Spleef.
Making Spleef.
Honestly, if Spleef was a separate game with like different stuff, yeah, okay, that's actually
There
a
is
cool
a
game.
Spleefing game, I think.
Oh, is there?
I'm pretty sure I've heard of it. I remember.
Anyway, yeah. So
I remember hearing mention of the brave Spleefers of Minecraft who moved on to a different game.
interesting. Lily, what do you think?
I'm just thinking about the environment. So I don't know how that would be played. Like I can't like envision it.
Like, instead of your weapons dealing damage, they affect the environment, and maybe maybe you have a knockback gun. Oh wait, there is a game like that, isn't there?
With a knockback. Oh, I think it's the shotgun and chairs one.
Yeah, I don't know. Something like that. No, okay, I was thinking like that, except instead of knocking your opponent like to their death, you have to knock things like on top of their opponent or at their opponent. Like maybe there's like a blade on the ground, you have to like knock the blade into them.
Golf without
isn't that the
limits.
gravity gun from Half-Life?
I don't know.
It's golf without limits. Just
It's golf to the death.
Yo, hey, wait a minute. Golfing deathmatch? Golfing battle
It's a
royale?
golfing death match. That's exactly what it is. Well, that's actually not a bad idea.
You just go 4 and then you aim for their head and it cracks their skull open. Yo, wait. What if
Yeah, but
Lucio?
you can't-
What if Lucio Ball was actually Lucio Golf?
So you have to-
You can only boop it once, and then that counts as a stroke.
So is it like a single player thing?
No, there's like tournaments.
Huh?
No. You do it with Reinhardt.
it's rugby with golf clubs.
Wait, so go back to the game idea. What was the prompt again?
A student project where you rewrite lateral thought in a deathmatch.
Does the student project part matter at all?
I mean, it's up to us. I think maybe you're students in a classroom, and your goal is to no, that's it. You're taking a test, and your job is to do better on the test by sabotaging your fellow classmates by throwing
By
shit.
killing them.
Okay, a little real.
Yeah, no. Oh, it's a test. You can either cheat on it or kill the other people.
Oh,
The
it's a
goal is
little
just
bit of
to get
game
the
theory
highest
in there. Okay.
Like killing the other test takers isn't cheating.
Okay, you can cheat off them to get their answers, or you can kill them. Basically, whoever gets the highest score wins. I guess, would there be any incentive to actually answer, though?
Maybe that's another win condition.
Oh yeah, whoever gets the highest score wins. So, even if you get killed, if you get the highest score, you win.
I'm just having trouble envisioning this. Just all seated in the exam hall, and then like as soon as like they said, "Okay, start taking your test," all the kids just go Hunger Games on each other.
Quick,
That'd be pretty dope.
Wait, so
How would they kill each other, though?
did this turn into classroom battle royale?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Great job, everyone. Okay. I think that's good enough for today. Thank you
A
for
classroom
listening.
battle royale.
Yeah.
Oh no, but you can't directly kill them because then you would get in trouble. You'd get suspended from the school.
Bully them.
You just-
I don't know.
you would get
Thank
detention.
you for okay, Kevin. I was outroing already.
No, you don't get an outro. Shat mouth.
Thank you all for listening. Join us next week for the next podcast where we talk about stuff and news and other things and go on tangents. That was actually kind of fun. Thank you all for listening. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.